What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kenzo for Life here, and today we're going to be talking about Battlefield 6's SBMM system explained. Should we be worried? Let's talk about the 4 letters every first-person shooter player dreads. SBMM, Skill-Based Matchmaking. The second that acronym gets attached to a new game, the community collectively holds its breath. We've all seen the forums light up and the Reddit threads explode with the news that the next Battlefield will have SBMM. The fear is real, and honestly, it's understandable. We're all terrified that the game we love for its wild sandbox chaos is about to become another Call of Duty sweatfest, where every match is a fight for your life and casual fun gets left behind. But what if all this panic is a huge overreaction? What if the system DICE is actually building is the very thing that could protect the classic casual Battlefield experience? We've combed through all the developer statements and clarifications, and the truth about their matchmaking philosophy isn't what you think. Forget the aggressive, fun-sucking SBMM you know from other games. The devs have a plan, and it's built around one thing: fun. So, before you hit the panic button, stick around. We're going to break down how this system is actually supposed to work and why it might be the best thing to happen to the franchise. To get why the Battlefield community is so nervous, we have to talk about the ghost haunting every modern shooter: Call of Duty's version of skill-based matchmaking. For years, players have complained about a system that feels more like a punishment than a fair fight. The main issue is simple: the better you play, the harder the game gets. Instantly. If you have one amazing match where every shot lands, the system takes notice. Your very next lobby will be packed with players just as good, if not better than you. Suddenly, the game isn't a game anymore. It's a high-stress job. That laid-back, hop-on for a few rounds vibe is gone. Instead, you're forced to use meta weapons and play like you're in a tournament just to stay positive. That's the sweatfest everyone talks about. It's draining, and for a lot of people, it just isn't fun. This strict system also kills playing with friends. What happens when you, a pretty good player, want to squad up with your buddies who are new or just play for laughs? The matchmaker usually defaults to your skill level, throwing your friends into lobbies where they get absolutely demolished. They get frustrated, you feel bad, and the fun of playing together is ruined. And then there's the connection issue. In many of these systems, the algorithm cares more about matchmaking skill than finding a stable server. Players often get thrown into high-ping lobbies, leading to lag and shots that don't register, all just to create a fair match based on KD ratios. The game becomes almost unplayable, sacrificing a good connection for a controversial balancing act. This is the baggage that comes with SBMM. So when the Battlefield community heard those letters, they pictured this exact nightmare. Now that we've set the stage of fear, let's cut through the noise and look at what the developers at DICE have actually said. When the rumors started, they were surprisingly open about their philosophy, which was a nice change of pace. Yes, the new Battlefield uses skill as a metric, but, and this is the key, it's not the same aggressive system we just talked about. According to developer statements, matchmaking in Battlefield has a clear list of priorities, and skill isn't at the top. The number one priority is your connection. The system will always look for the servers with the best ping for you first. After that, it looks at your location and server availability to make sure the game runs smoothly. Only after those critical connection factors are handled does skill even get considered. And here's the big difference. The developers have been clear that their goal isn't to create lobbies where every player is your skill clone. Instead, the skill metric is mainly used for team balancing. Think of it like this. The game first pulls together a large group of players for a match, focusing on good connections. This means you get a wide mix of skill levels in the server, from total newbies to seasoned pros. Then, once everyone is in the lobby, the system uses skill data to split the players into two relatively balanced teams. The point isn't to make sure you only fight people exactly as good as you. It's to stop one team from getting all the pro players and completely steamrolling the other. This has been part of Battlefield's DNA for years. Past titles had background systems that did this exact thing to prevent lopsided matches that aren't fun for anyone. Lead producer David Sirland even stated that for huge modes like Conquest, the need to start the game quickly makes the skill factor almost negligible in finding a server in the first place. EA has clarified, however, that the weight of these factors can change depending on the game mode and player count. So, what does this team balancing approach mean for you? Everything. It's specifically designed to protect the classic Battlefield experience. First, it keeps the variety that makes Battlefield, Battlefield. In any given match, you're going to run into all kinds of players. You'll have moments where you'll feel like a hero, and moments where you get completely outplayed by a veteran. You'll see incredible skill and hilarious fails. This mix is what makes the sandbox so dynamic and unpredictable. A strict SBMM system would kill this by making every lobby feel the same. DICE's system ensures the wild, chaotic nature of the game stays intact. It's also a huge win for playing with friends. Since the system isn't trying to lock you into a skill bracket, you can squad up with anyone without worry. The matchmaker will find a good server for your group, and the team balancer will just try to place your squad on a team that makes sense, preventing your less experienced friends from being used as cannon fodder in high-tier lobbies. And what about the smaller, more competitive modes? The developers have said the skill factor might be weighed more heavily there, but the core philosophy is the same. Connection first, then balance the teams it finds. It won't be nearly as aggressive as what we've seen in other franchises. Finally, for anyone still worried, there's the ultimate escape hatch, a server browser solution. While it has been confirmed that there won't be a traditional server browser for official game modes, EA has stated a browser will be available through the game's portal-like system for community experiences. We don't know if it will be as fully featured as Battlefield 2042's portal, but its inclusion and the promise that these servers will be featured prominently and grant full XP is a huge sign that DICE values player choice. This focus on team balancing over skill-based lobbies is a massive relief and shows the developers get what makes their game special. But I want to know what you think. Does this explanation make you feel better about the new Battlefield? Do you trust this approach, or are you still skeptical? Drop a comment below and let's have a real discussion about it. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest Battlefield news, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. It's a huge help and you won't miss a thing. The fear around SBMM in the next Battlefield is justified, given what we've seen in other games. That term has been poisoned by systems that strangle the fun out of casual play. But the devil is in the details. The system DICE has laid out isn't the boogeyman from Call of Duty. It's a tool designed to prevent the worst case scenario of brutally one-sided matches. The philosophy seems clear. Prioritize connection, keep a wide variety of skill levels in every match, and use skill mainly to balance the teams after they're formed. This is a system designed to preserve the casual, chaotic, and social sandbox that we love. When you pair that with the freedom promised by a community server browser, it looks like the developers are putting control back where it belongs, with the players. So, should you be worried? Based on everything we know so far, the answer is no. It's time to breathe easy and get excited for the all-out warfare to come. Thank you guys for listening, and until next time, stay frosty.